Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Be Active Life. Today I'm going to talk about a different subject, but I hope it's interesting for you guys. I want to tell you guys about my very first knife that I ever got. Now, as you can see, it's pretty mangled up, but this is a Victorinox. Either, I believe it's a hiking model or the camping. I will let you guys know which model it is, but the scales on both sides have been busted off. As you can see, I've cracked over the years, but I would estimate that this knife is probably, I know for a fact it's over 10 years old, but it's probably closer to 15, to be honest with you. But I don't remember the exact time I got this knife or the exact date, but the little sucker's held up pretty well. And ever since I broke the handle scales off, I sanded down the rivets a little bit. I filed them down so that they're not so sharp on my fingers and I can still use the knife. They were protruding a lot more, so I just kind of grinded them down so that the edges aren't so sharp on my fingers. And the knife is still sturdy. It still holds together really well. You know, this particular knife came with a large blade as well as a shorter blade. And it came with a wood saw, and it's actually practical. I mean, I've used that saw before. It's not a super great saw for large tasks, but it'll saw branches off for sure. And it also came with a flathead screwdriver, a bottle opener, as well as a cork screw that's actually broken off. You can kind of see it right there, and it didn't break off that low. I actually cut the rest of it off so that it wouldn't cut me when I was using the knife. And I just wanted to share this story with you guys because I know some other YouTubers, you guys might have some stories about your first knife, maybe how you got it, where you got it, and what really started you into liking knives in the first place. And this knife was the one that got me into knives. It wasn't immediately when I got the knife, but as the years went by and I got old enough to carry a knife more often, that's really what got me into loving knives. Because this is a really handy knife, and it's one of my favorites, and I still carry it today just because it's so simple. With the scales that broke off, it's really thin. It almost reminds me of a Victorinox Cadet, only this one has more tools and it is a little bit thicker. But I really like it. It has some sentimental value because it was the first knife I ever got. I do realize I could probably send this one back to Victorinox and I could get a replacement, which I may do one day. But for now, it's just a piece that I can carry and enjoy, and I can always remember back when I got my first knife, and this is the one that pretty much started it for me. If you're wondering about all the scratches on the handle, I kind of did that just to give it a weird or kind of cool design. I just kind of scratched in these, they're not really deep scours or anything, I just kind of scratched in a design on both sides of the knife, of, well, I guess what you would call the handles, but really what it is it's almost like a liner, steel liner, but they're just really thin. They're almost paper thin. So anyways, this is just kind of a different video. I wanted to share that little story with you guys and show you what my first knife was. If any of you guys might have a memory or maybe a story about your first knife, go ahead and post a video response or even share it in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys later.